Oh,
Goes well?
ooh,
Good. Oh, good.
good.
Heather, hello there.
Hi, Scott.
Hi,
Hi, Barb.
Scotty.
Hi, Katie.
I guess we got core. I guess we got core today. Oh, look at your buff arms, Barb.
That's your core, baby.
You must be doing some yoga every day at noon or something. Sheesh. Or every something at noon, twice a week. Whatever. Don't listen to me. You're buff. Okay. Looking good.
Well, thanks. I'm trying.
Any special requests for core?
Core and more core.
Core and more core? I guess I should say like any special moves you want to do. Is there anything you like love, hate? Just whatever I feel. Up to me or what? No comment. Okay, I guess it's up to me.
It's
Well,
up to
I
you.
like your forearm. I like your forearm plank
Oh,
with your toes down on the ground.
okay.
Oh, that's a great one.
Toes down on the ground. What do you mean toes on the ground? Like,
I mean, your feet turned under.
oh, you like that? Oh, I'm glad you like that. Okay. I wasn't sure if you guys like that or if you're like, what the heck is this? Cool. I always like to hear stuff like that because I'm never sure. Anything else? Okay. I'll just make some shit up then, like usual. Just kidding. You
You
guys,
did pretty well making it up then.
I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm a
Yeah.
professional. Okay. Let's do some core. Let's do some forearms on our forearm planks on our toes, on tops of feet. Okay. I'm pinning myself. I got a little latte. No, it's a dirty chai on my way home from my other class. So I'm amped up for this, you guys. Let's start on our backs. So go ahead and lie down. And I personally am not going to use a block, so you don't need a block. But if you have a block and want to use a block, there will be some opportunities to use a block that I'll just kind of say, if you have a block, use it here if you want. So feel free if you have a block at home, make it handy. And then just lay down. And as you lay down, any little movements or stretches that might feel good for you. So maybe a big full body stretch, or maybe you just give your knees a big squeeze, or anything else that calls to you. Some windshield wipers. So just immediately kind of feeling into your physical body and feeling into what you're showing up with today. Good. Then eventually, just find any position you want to and rest there. Anything goes. You can lay in Shavasana, corpse pose. You can lay with feet together, knees apart. Constructive rest pose, feet apart, knees together. Same with your arms. I'm bringing one hand to my heart, one hand to my belly. You can do whatever you'd like. Just find stillness, close your eyes, and really let things settle. So, what does the word grounding mean to you? What does the word grounding feel like in your body? Find a sense of grounding here. So for me, grounding means finding my own connection to this present moment, to the ground that I am now just laying on. I'm really feeling into the heaviness of my own body, the groundedness of my own body. And if you're a visual person, you might even imagine you're kind of growing roots down from your body into the earth. So find a sense of grounding, rootedness, stability, support. And if you like the chakras, our root chakra, that's what it is. It's grounding. And it is the chakra from which everything evolves and grows. So if you don't have a grounded, strong foundation, it's really hard for anything to happen up above. Sometimes it happens up above. You know those people that seem really, really airy-fairy? They're all up in their upper chakras and there's no grounding. There's no connection to this earth, to this physical realm. So start to feel your physical body, feel your connection to this earth, and give yourself about 3 big deep breaths here just on your own. So you can exhale out your mouth. We do these together sometimes, but today just on your own, 3 big, huge, intentional deep breaths. Feel your own expansion and then the letting go of each exhale. And let yourself arrive even more fully with each big breath. And after you've taken at least 3 of those, turn on your ujjayi breath. So in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. So just like you're humming, but you're humming on the inside without using your voice. And since you're at home, maybe you even try humming with your actual voice. And then stop humming, same thing. Just without the voice, without the sound behind it. That's ujjayi breath. For me, ujjayi breath changed everything in my yoga practice. So if you haven't gotten it yet, if it hasn't clicked yet, stay curious about it. So slow and steady, vibrant breaths. And then wherever you're at in your next couple of rounds, draw your knees in towards your belly. And just find a little rock from side to side. So I like to cross my ankles. You don't have to. You can grab your kneecaps, you can grab your shins, you can grab backs of your thighs, a little rock. And then come into a reverse tabletop position, so knees stack over your hips and shins parallel to the ground. Bring your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers. So let your head, as best you can, just relax into your hands. And then lift your elbows up just a little bit, so they're not squeezing your head, but they're not all the way down to the ground, just right in between. Lift your upper body just a little bit and rest your head back into your hands. We're going to take really slow motion bicycles. Take an inhale right here, activate your feet. And as you exhale, right elbow to your left knee, extend your left leg forward at an angle. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale, other side, left elbow, right knee. Draw your low belly down as you extend your left leg long. Inhale, center. Continue just like that at your own pace. Go slower than you usually do. So use your big deep breaths and use the entire length of each breath. With your exhale, you twist and draw low belly down. Try not to bring your knees too far past your hips, but instead lift your upper body higher and twist more. That leg that extends, it's long, strong, and powerful. Active through your feet. And if it's too much to extend that leg, then you can just keep it bent and forget about the extension. Just go side to side with your upper body. Take about 2 more each way. Maybe you start to exhale out your mouth like you're shushing a child. Shh. So you do you. Last one. And then come back to center, friends. Relax your upper body, but extend your legs straight up towards the sky. Take a big inhale here, active feet. Squeeze your legs together. And then as you exhale, lift your upper body. You can keep your hands behind your head, but squeeze your arms towards your head very gently. Stay here or reach your fingertips up and try to touch your toes. Draw your low belly down. See if you can tuck your tailbone and lift your legs higher. Squeeze your legs together. Hold, breathe. And let it go. Big full body stretch. Take your arms long, take your legs long. Breathe all the way down into your belly. Stretch your abdominal wall, maybe even a little wobble, a little rock of your pelvis side to side, your hips side to side. Shake it out a little bit. Good job, friends. And draw your knees in towards your belly one at a time. Rock gently. Let's set up for a bridge pose. So feet on the ground with your knees spread, feet hips width distance apart, and all of your toes face directly forward. Your arms are down by your sides, and you should be able to feel the backs of your heels with your middle finger. So if you can't, then scoot your feet in a little closer. Exhale, pull your belly button down, scoop your tailbone up, and then as you inhale, peel your spine off your yoga mat. Once you get to the top of your bridge, invitation to kind of work your shoulders underneath you, maybe interlace your fingers. Or if you want to, you can find your robot arms. So bend your elbows, palms face each other, fingertips face the sky. Press down through your heels and through the inner edges of your feet. If you have a block and you want to use a block in between your inner thighs here, go for it. So inner thighs hug in. And then press into the back of your head as well. See if you can feel your chin lift just ever so slightly. Breathe down into your belly, breathe down into the front of your hips. Imagine you're trying to reach your knees forward so that you feel a stretch in the front of your hips. About 2-3 more breaths. Press into heels and inner edges of feet. You're not squeezing your glutes, but they are working. There's a tone in your glutes. If your shoulders are underneath you, work them out from under you, but stay in your bridge pose. Reach your arms straight up towards the sky, towards the ceiling. Take one more inhale, lift your hips a tiny, tiny bit higher. Slow as you can, all the way down, one vertebra at a time with your exhalation. All the way down. Eventually you come to a neutral spine. Tee out your arms or cactus your arms on the ground. Bring your feet out to the width of your mat. And then start some windshield wipers, just gently moving your knees from side to side. And usually the slower you go, the more you find, the more you feel. So don't just pluck your knees from side to side mindlessly, but really feel into what each movement and each side has to offer. Big, deep, intentional ujjayi breath. So that humming on the inside, it's your own personal vibration. Connecting you to something deeper than just your physical body, just your physical self, just your own power. So it's powering you every time you inhale. It's like it's brand new. It's your energy, prana, life force. All right, finish off your windshield wipers. So maybe take one more, finish the round you're on, and then come back to center, hug your knees towards your belly whenever you're ready. And it can just be a gentle hug and a gentle rock from side to side once again. Happy baby pose. Grab hold of your feet if you can. If that's too much, grab ankles, shins, or even the backs of your thighs. Pull down with your arms, press up through your heels, flex your toes back. Nice and neutral through your spine. Okay guys, I'm gonna give you a few options. So you can listen, and if you can see your computer screen, you can watch me. But I'll give you your options first, and then you can choose what you wanna do. So you can absolutely just find your own way up to your hands and your knees. This is going to be just a for fun transition if you want to play with it. So we'll start to rock and roll forward and back. And that's nothing special. We've done that before, right? But I want you to see if you can rock up. This is just for fun. You'll rock up and plant your hands, come into a crow pose like this. And then maybe find a moment in your crow pose. See if you can come back down. And start rocking again. Just for fun, only if you want to. If you're like, that's kooky, I don't have any desire to do that, no big deal. So play with it. And then once you're done, once you've had enough, if you want to play with a jump back, go for it, or just set your feet down. Come into a hands and knees position, tabletop position. And start to move any way you want to, any way your body wants to. That roly-poly up into a crow pose and then back into a roly-poly. You can do that anytime you want, just to add some spice to your practice. All right, my friends, I'm going to invite you into a heart opener. So front hands and knees, bring your hips forward and all the way down. Or, yeah, I shouldn't say all the way down, but let your hips kind of sink a little bit. Keep a tone in your belly to protect your low back. Make sure your knees are really wide, maybe even mat width distance apart. Bend your knees and see if you can get your big toes together behind you. Roll your shoulders back and down away from your ears. Puff up your chest. Gaze forward or gaze slightly up. Scorpion Cobra. Inhale here. As you exhale, rock back into child's pose. Keep your knees nice and wide. Inhale, rock forward. Heart lift, scorpion cobra, shoulders back and down. Bend your elbows a little bit, elbow tips point back. Exhale, rock back, child's pose. Let's just do that once more. If this doesn't work, cat cows are fine. Inhale forward, lift your heart. Little tone in the belly, protect slow back. Exhale, child's pose. And then tabletop, hands and knees. We're gonna find our way into a dolphin pose. Come down to your forearms. Grab opposite elbows. So that will tell you how far apart you want your elbows and your arms. And then bring your forearms to parallel. If that's too much, you're gonna get tripod with your hands. If you have your forearms parallel, spread your fingers, press down through thumbs and index especially. Relax your neck, let your head hang. Push your forearms down and feel your strong arms. So your head should not be touching the ground. Tuck your toes under. Never so slowly lift your knees, lift your hips, dolphin pose. Walk your toes in and lift your hips high. Hug in with your upper arms, press down through the belly of your forearms. Relax your neck. If you want to take one leg up and then the other leg, go for it. Give yourself about 3 or 4 more deep breaths. Any other variation, feel free if you're feeling it. Imagine an invisible rope attached to your belly button that's pulling straight up. Last big, huge, full body breath. And then come on down. Sit back into a child's pose or sit up into a hero's pose, just a kneeling position. Give yourself a moment, breathing. If you're kneeling, you might roll your head around a little bit or roll your shoulders around a little bit. Maybe even roll your wrists out. All right, my friends. Downward facing dog. Ujjayi breath. Take a great big inhalation and push the ground away. Exhale, gaze to the top of your mat, step, tiptoe, or hop, forward fold. Once you have arrived, halfway lift position, lengthen. Exhale, let it go. And let's take it all the way up. Arms overhead as you inhale. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, dive down slowly. Flowing with breath, halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, plank or modified plank. Inhale at the top of your push-up, push the ground away. Exhale, lower slowly. Back bend of your choice, lift your heart. Shoulders back and down. Down dog, exhale. Take a great big inhalation and stay in down dog. Exhale, gaze forward. Feet to the top of your mat, forward fold. Lift halfway as you breathe in. Exhale, release. Let's take it all the way back up. Arms overhead, breathe in and stretch tall. Exhale, hands to your heart. One more just like that. Breath to movement. Inhale, high mountain. Slow dive. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, Chaturanga Dandasana, lower slowly. Inhale, lift your heart, back bend of choice. Exhale, down dog, lift your hips. All right, listen friends, great big inhale into down dog. As you exhale, rock forward, high plank. From your high plank, lower to your forearms, forearm plank. So come down, forearms parallel, or make your tripod. Draw your belly button in and up. Gaze down, back of your neck long. Breathe. If you'd rather, you can stay here and hold. Otherwise, we're moving into a side plank on our right forearm. So right forearm presses down, roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot. Left arm to the sky. Lift your hips really, really high. Maybe your left arm reaches forward. So bicep next to your ear and lengthen your left side. Maybe left leg floats up. Option if you want. Set your left toes down behind you. It's like a forearm wild thing. Let your heart look up. Maybe just an option. Wherever you're at, one last huge breath. Slowly, slowly back to a forearm plank. Nice and easy. Inhale. Press back up onto your hands. So high plank. Push the ground away. One last big in breath. And with your next exhalation, lower down slowly. Chaturanga. Spider-Man Cobra, bring your hands out wide, up on fingertips, lift your heart, breathe in. Exhale, take a little twist to your right side and dip your left shoulder down. Back to center, heart lifts, belly tones. Exhale, other side, twist. Inhale, lift. Back to center. And release, exhale. All right, Sphinx pose. Forearms on the ground, elbows underneath your shoulders, forearms parallel. Lift your heart gaze forward, a little tone in your belly to support your low back. So rather than feeling like your belly is pressing down, draw your belly button in and up and point your tailbone down towards your heels. So it should feel better on your low back. All right, my friends, from your Sphinx pose, if you'd rather just stay in Sphinx, hang out here. Otherwise, press into your shoelaces, try to spread your toes and press into your toenails, draw your chin towards your chest, and start to round your back. So round your upper back, mid back, low back. Your thighs, front of your thighs lift up. And if you want to get really crazy, you can even lift your knees up. So round your spine. Spinal flexion, the opposite of a back bend. Press through your shoelaces. Spread your toes, press through your toenails. Draw your belly button in and up and round even more, chin to chest. You might be shaking a little bit, be with that shake. Soften your face, last big breath. Slowly come back down. So knees down, hips down, lift your heart, Sphinx. Good job. Let it all go. Child's pose it out, or hero's pose it out. So hero's pose, kneeling meditation. Reconnect to your Ujjayi breath. Open mouth sighs, more than welcome. Okie dokie, my friends. Hi, Marlia, welcome. Downward facing dog. Maybe give your head a little shake or a little nod, so find some softness through your neck. Next time you breathe in, take your right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. And as you exhale, step your right foot all the way up to the top of your yoga mat. Rise up to your crescent lunge in your own time. So stabilize through your legs, and then lift through your upper body. Grow into your expression of this posture. Feel your breath. Notice whatever there is to notice for you today. Let's take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, we will twist this. So you have the option, left elbow all the way to the outside of your right thigh, hands to prayer. If you'd rather, I have my coffee, I don't want to knock it over. Left hand on the ground, right arm to the sky. So personally, this is enough for me, but some people really like that prayer variation. So you choose what works best for you. If you're with me, with your left hand on the ground, there's another option. You can walk your left hand off the left edge of your mat and reach your right fingertips back. Let your heart look up, but try to keep your legs really strong. Take about 2, maybe even 3 more breaths. Strong through your legs, breathe all the way down into your belly. Soft face. And very bottom of your next exhale, unwind, and everybody come into a wide-legged straddle position. Hands over to the left long edge of your mat. Parallel your feet, straighten your legs. And maybe for a moment, just kind of balance it out. You can bend your knees a little bit. or a lot of it even. Maybe even buzz your lips like a horse. And if your breath is sped up, slow it down again. Ujjayi. Come to a halfway lift. And then we've done this before, but it's kind of funky. So from halfway lift, your right hand is going to stay on the ground. Pick up your right foot. Well, actually, sorry. Right hand on the ground, left arm to the sky like you're twisting towards the back of your mat. Now pick up your right foot and thread it through your hand and your foot that are still on the ground. So sit bones come down. Or we're coming into a boat pose facing the back of our mat. If that didn't work out, no big deal. Just come to boat pose facing the back of your mat. So balancing on your sit bones. I'm hanging onto my thighs right now. This is a great modification. If you want to, you can reach your arms forward. Try to draw your shoulders back. You could even extend your legs. You could even extend your arms. That's too much for me. So you do you. Stay here, breathe here. Or come with me. Here's your option. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, low boat, everything hovers, squeeze. Inhale, high boat. Exhale, low boat. Now listen, inhale, high boat, arms go left, legs go right. Exhale, lower, navel to spine. Inhale, high, arms go right, legs go left. So you're reaching opposite. Go at your own pace, up and down, side to side, or you can let go of those side to sides. I'm reaching my arms past my legs, as you can see. So it's just an option. Two more. Use your breath, use your strong core. Soften your face. Whee! So good, so good. We're gonna be so strong like Barb. All right. Boat pose. I'm setting my heels down. Okay. From your boat, right arm up. Right arm reaches behind you. Press into your left foot and right hand. Flip over, three-legged down dog. So three-legged down dog, right leg to the sky. Open your right hip. Catch your breath. Option only if you want to flip it. Right foot comes down. Reach your right arm forward. Open through your front body. Stretch through your front body. Breathe into your front body. Wherever you're at, one more huge breath. Downward facing dog. Walk it out. Good job, you guys. Take a great big inhale and push the ground away. As you exhale, look to the top of your yoga mat, however you want to get there. Forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, release and fold. Take it all the way up. Arms overhead, big full body stretch. Hands to heart. Exhale. Hang out here for a moment with your hands at your heart, or if you choose, arms can come out to your sides. Just stand, if possible, with your eyes closed. And feel yourself as an energetic being. All that energy, all that prana flowing up and down your spine, your nervous system, your chakra system. All that energy flowing down through your feet, out your fingertips, up through the crown of your head. Maybe imagine again those roots. Imagine they're going through your feet into the earth. Slow, deep, intentional breaths as you reconnect to a sense of groundedness through your feet and through your body. What does groundedness feel like in your body? Slow, deep, intentional breaths. Ujjayi. Next time you inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hinge at your hips, dive down slowly. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back to a plank position. Pause, one arm at a time, come to your forearms for your forearm plank. So elbows right under your shoulders, forearms parallel. Knees can come down to modify, or if your knees are lifted, try to squeeze even through the fronts of your thighs. Get lighter on your toes. Draw your belly button in and up. Maybe even rock a little bit forward and back. You're more than welcome to stay right here in forearm plank, or moving into our forearm side plank. This time your left forearm is your base. So roll onto your left forearm, roll onto the outer edge of your left foot, right arm to the sky. If you could be stacked or staggered, or a modification, you just have your right foot in front of you just like this. You could reach your right arm forward and lengthen your right side. Maybe float your right leg up, and then only if you want to, only if it feels right for you. Find that forearm wild thing, let your heart look up. Keep pressing into your left forearm firmly, and keep breathing down to your belly, don't force it. Take one last round. And back to forearm plank, slowly, intentionally, forearm plank. Find your strength, find your breath. Now, press into your left hand, and lift, press into your right hand, high plank. Inhale, push the ground away. Exhale all the way to your belly, nice and easy. Spider-Man Cobra, hands wide. Up on fingertips, lift your heart, inhale. Twist once again like we did before. Exhale, left shoulder down, or whichever side you go to first is fine. Inhale through center. Other side with your exhale. Inhale, lift. Open your heart. Exhale, release. Here comes the fun part. Okay, Sphinx pose first. So elbows straight down from your shoulders, forearms parallel. Now, bring some awareness into your lower body. And press into your shoelaces. Try to spread your toes and press down into your toenails. Draw your chin towards your chest. Push into your forearms and start to lift. So you're rounding your upper back. Start to lift your belly. Start to lift your hips. Start to lift your thighs. Round. Imagine you're trying to pull your elbows back and your knees forward. Round. If you want more, press into your shoelaces, lift your knees. Now imagine you're trying to pull your elbows back and your toes forward. Press into your toenails. Draw your low belly in and up. Round, round, round. Curl in. Breathe. One last breath. Strengthening that chain down our back line. Slowly come back down. Knees, hips, belly. Lift your heart, Sphinx. As you're ready, release. And for a moment, either child's pose or hero's pose. Reconnect to your breath. So whatever there is to feel. If you're in hero's pose, you can roll out your shoulders, roll out your neck, roll out your wrists. I had to get my latte because we had core today, you guys. So I have extra strength. Joking. Strength doesn't come from coffee, it comes from inside of you. Downward facing dog. All right, my friends, Ujjayi breath, fire it up. Next inhale, left leg back and up, three-legged dog. Use your strong core and step your left foot all the way up top of your yoga mat. And then take your time to rise up to crescent. So strong legs, hug in. So rather than feeling like you're going super deep, that's not sustainable and you're just sinking into your joints. So hug in, create stability through your lower body and then your expression with your upper body. It doesn't matter how it looks, it matters how it feels. Everybody is different. Big deep breaths. Intentional breath. One more inhale. And we're moving into a twist. So as you exhale, lean forward, and maybe right elbow to the outside of left thigh, hands to prayer, and you can work your twist from there. This actually feels kind of good for me on this side, so I might stay here. You could also bring your right hand to the ground, left arm to the sky. Right hand could absolutely be on a block, of course. And then if you're in this variation you want, you take your right fingertips off the right edge of your mat, And then let your heart look up. Reach your fingers back. Keep your legs strong, about 2 or 3 more big, spacious Buddha belly breaths. Use your exhales to twist from the inside. And very bottom of your exhalation, next exhale, take it all the way to empty and unwind. So hands over to the right long edge of your mat, parallel your feet, straighten your legs. And then give yourself just a moment, anything you want to do, anywhere you want to go. And I say straighten your legs, but if it feels good to bend your knees or even bend and straighten a few times, go for it. Maybe you take a couple lion's breath. Exhale, stick out your tongue, cross your eyes, anything you want to let go of, get rid of. Maybe it's your critical thoughts about yourself. You're like, I'm done with those. Can be purely symbolic. And since you are at home, maybe by yourself, why not just try something weird and see how it feels? And then if you try it, feels weird, maybe laugh at yourself. It's good to laugh. All right. Come to a halfway lift position. And then left hand on the ground, right arm to the sky. So like you're twisting towards the back of your mat. Pick up your left foot and thread it through your arm and your foot that are still on the ground, your hand and your foot. So sit bones to the ground. And then you'll be in boat pose again, facing towards the back edge of your mat. Alrighty, so get there however you need. If it didn't work out, no biggie. Find boat pose, your variation. This is mine because I am like feeling it. I feel like the AC in my house is not working. I'm like, I need some air. And then I would open the door, but I don't think it's any cooler. So sweating it out, core yoga. Strong like Barb. I'm gonna get a bracelet that says strong like Barb. Just kidding. All right. Inhale, high boat. If you want, just like before, exhale low, hover and hold. Inhale high if you want, add those twists. Exhale low, draw low belly down. Inhale high. Exhale low. Squeeze. Inhale high. Go at your own pace, back and forth. You can hold longer if you want. If you've got your own variation you want to do, go for it. If you want to hold in your high boat, go for it. If you want to hold in your low boat, go for it. Couple more. Slow and intentional. Less jerky, more fluid. Next time you're in high boat, let's stay there. Okay, right foot down. Turn over your left shoulder, bring your left hand down behind you. And then flip it over. 3-legged down dog, left leg high. Open your left hip, bend your left knee. And only if you want, option to flip your dog. Left foot comes down, open your heart, stretch through your front body, your abdominal wall. Wherever you're at, feel your big deep breaths, one more. Come back, regular down dog, walk it out. Amazing work, you guys. I try to take it as a challenge now when I look at this schedule and I'm scheduled for core. I'm like, yeah, I have been more lazy myself, just saying that about myself and not in a bad way. I just have been more lazy. So I'm like, okay, I'm ready for some core. Let's do this. Inhale into your down dog. Exhale, look to the top of your space, step or hop, forward fold. Okie dokie, my friends, bring your big toes to touch, little gap in between your heels. Tuck and curl, little tiny potato bug ball. Okay, now, only if you want, we're gonna try that thing we did at the very beginning again. So if you wanna stay in your potato bug ball, great place to stay. If you wanna play with the toe stand, balancing on your tiptoes, pointing your knees forward, bringing hands to heart, perfect. If you wanna play with crow pose, plant your hands, walk your knees up your triceps. See if you can lift one foot, maybe both feet. And then, however long you want to hold, go for it. Once you're done, bring your feet down and start those roly polies. Make sure you're not going to roll into anything. Maybe take like 3, 4, 5 rolls forward and back, and then see if you can roll back up into your crow. So feet down, hands down, lift. You can do that as many times as you want. You can have fun with it, or maybe you're like, I hate this. This is not fun. And hang out wherever. Eventually, my friends, we're gonna find a forward fold. So when you've had enough, forward fold it out. Bring your feet out nice and wide, and maybe ragdoll pose it out. If your breath is sped up, give it a couple open mouth sighs. Slow it down. Let your arms be heavy, let your head be heavy. Little or big bend in your knees, roll up super slowly, one vertebra at a time. Only at the very, very top does your head stack. Once your head stacks, roll out your shoulders. Roll them up, back, and down. Even feel your shoulder blades on your back body, bottom tips of your shoulder blades. Start to involve your arms a little bit more. So lifting your arms, feeling your elbow joints, maybe even kind of swirling your wrists. And maybe you notice some coordination stuff. You could reverse those. You could also go different directions. So just feeling your neck, your shoulders, your side bodies, your wrists, your elbows, all these things, maybe in new ways. Eventually coming into mountain pose. So mountain, sometimes is feet together, and if that's what you like, totally go for it. And then there's some STTE and some traditions that have the hands at the heart. So that's what you like, go for it. For me, hips width distance is what feels good in my body. My arms a little wider so I can feel into that nice broadness through the front of my shoulders, my collarbones. And then notice, do you tend to press your ribs forward, stick your butt out? Do you tend to do the opposite? So kind of feeling into your own sense of neutral, your own sense of inner alignment so that your breath is flowing freely down your spinal column, your nervous system, your electrical system, your chakra system. Close your eyes, slow deep breaths, grounding through your feet, drawing up through the crown of your head. Ujjayi, slow and steady, vibrant breath. Next inhalation, arms reach up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, dive down slowly, stick your butt out, reach your arm forward, then fold. Inhale, halfway lift position. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. However you want to get back to down dog. This time it's all you. You can skip a vinyasa and just go straight back if you feel like it. From your down dog, right leg to the sky, breathe in. And pigeon pose as you exhale. Bring your right shin forward, gently set your body down. And of course, if you'd rather take this in a seated variation or on your back supine variation, choice is yours. Breathe into it. Send your breath all the way down into your hips. Notice, is there anywhere you're tensing up that you didn't even realize it? Are you tensing up through your jaw, through your shoulders, through your hands? So just by bringing in more awareness, does anything shift even the slightest bit? If you're on your back, maybe you want to rock a little bit. Take about 2 or 3 more breaths. Good job, everybody. All right, let's find our way back to down dog. So however you want to get there, and if you want to come with me, you're welcome to. I'm just going to lift to my hands. So plant my hands, curl my back toes under, Take my right leg back and up, shake it out. Nothing too crazy. And then if you want to move through a vinyasa to kind of reset, feel free. If you're on your back and you just want to take some sort of neutralizing movement there, feel free. Good job. Next time you inhale, left leg high. Pigeon pose, exhale, left shin forward, body comes down, nice and easy. And if this side needs something different, feel that, honor that, respond to that. And if you feel tension, if you feel heaviness, denseness, big open mouth sighs, give that energy somewhere to go. Ah. And I'm gonna say 2, 3 more breaths on this side. And we'll find our way back to one final down dog. And if you're on your back already, you want to wait for us there, feel free to take any neutralizing movements. If you're coming with me, three-legged dog, give that left leg a little shaky shake. And then walk it out for a moment if you want to. One last vinyasa. And let's all find our way now down onto our back, all the way down. Once you're there, hug your knees in, gently rock side to side. Give your low back that nice little massage against the ground. And then extend your legs straight up. If you want to, if you have a block, you can bring it in between your inner thighs, smallest width, smallest setting. So legs straight up. Make your feet active. If this pulls on your low back, to straighten your legs, bend your knees like me. So I'm bending my knees quite a bit. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Keep your feet active. Reach your arms out to both sides. Tee out your arms or cactus your arms. Inhale. Squeeze your legs together. Or squeeze your block. Exhale, legs go right and just hover them above the ground. Don't let them touch. Don't let your left shoulder lift. Breathe in and hold here. Squeeze your legs or squeeze your block. Active feet. Exhale, slow motion back to center. All the way up. Inhale, nice and neutral through your spine. Make any adjustments needed. And exhale over to your left side. As far as you can go without letting your legs touch, without letting right shoulder lift. Hold, breathe in. Squeeze your legs, active feet. Exhale, brings you back slowly. One more time each way. Inhale, center. Neutral. Exhale to your right. Feel like a brace around your middle is holding everything together. Breathe in and hold. Hover. Squeeze. Exhale back up. Last time. Inhale, neutral. Over to your left. Exhale. Squeeze your legs. Active feet. Bend your knees as needed. Hold as you breathe in. And exhale back up, neutral. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, legs go right. This time let them relax there. Bend your knees as much as you want to, or keep one leg straight, one knee bent, up to you. Maybe cross your legs even, but let them relax on the ground. Gaze up or over your left shoulder, and you can bring your right hand to the outside of your left thigh if you want. Breathe. Let the ground hold you, and again, find that sense of grounding. Let your body be heavy. Let yourself melt down. Let yourself feel that connection that you have to Mother Earth. She's always there holding you. In our culture, I think it's sad we separate ourselves from the earth, from nature, quite a bit. If you look at like ancient cultures or even Native American cultures, they're so much more connected to the earth and to the natural world. So start to just get curious about that, even if it's just with your imagination, see what happens. And slowly in your next couple of breaths, friends, bring your knees back up. You can use your core, or you can just help your legs back up somehow. Make it a little more restorative if you want. And find your way to the other side. I'm going to take a little rock to just kind of neutralize before my legs go over to the left. You can also give your legs a squeeze or take a big full body stretch. Eventually, over to the left and let your legs relax there. Stretch or straighten one or both. Cross your legs if you want. So your variation is up to you. Just as long as you can breathe down into your belly. So in a twist, it is harder to breathe down into your belly for sure. Put a little extra effort behind your inhale. Get it all the way down. All the way to empty as you exhale. Soft face, soft jaw. Take about 2 or 3 more on this side. And let's come back to center as you are ready. Find your way back to neutral. Gentle rock. And one more heart opener of your choice. So last week when I did the throat chakra, we did fish pose. That's a heart opener you could take if you want. So looks like this if you can't remember. Just be careful with your neck. You can also take a bridge. I'm going to go for a full back bend upward facing bow. I haven't done one in forever. So any heart opener, it could be also a supported bridge, a restorative bridge if you want something more restorative. So wherever you choose to go, about 5 to 7 breaths all the way down into your low belly, stretching through your front body, your abdominal wall in the front of your hips. Whenever you come out of your back bend, friends, no hurry, take your time. But then find some windshield wiper pose, some windshield wipers, I guess I should say, side to side slowly whenever you come out of your back bend. A few rounds of windshield wipers. And go as slowly or as quickly as you want to. And after a few rounds of windshield wipers, happy baby pose. As you pull down on your feet, press up through your heels, flex your toes, and try to find your most neutral spine rather than rounding. For a long time, I rounded my back in happy baby. Most people do, honestly. And that's okay. It's hard not to, but your intention is neutralizing your spine. So pressing your tailbone towards the ground, drawing the backs of your shoulders towards the ground. Maybe a little rock, maybe extend one leg, both legs. If there's any other poses that your body is craving right now to finish off your own practice, now is your time to move through them, to take them. And then just start to find your way into your final relaxation. So get real nice and comfy, like you're tucking yourself in for bed. Like, and I mean that, like, with the energy, you set yourself up for Shavasana. Use the same energy like you're tucking a child, your own inner child, into bed. So you're not just like carelessly just what, okay, good night. You're like, oh, I'm gonna set you up so intentionally, make you comfy, cozy, and supported, connected to that ground underneath you. My personal opinion, yoga is so good for our physical bodies, yes. But I think why it's yoga, why it's not just stretching, why there's such a emphasis on the breath, it's really about energy. It's about the unseen. Same with sound. We can't see sound. There's something to it. There's something that we're connected to that we can't see, but it's there. So energy. Every movement we make in our practice, what's the energy behind it? What's the intention behind it? That's the yoga. Doesn't matter how it looks on the outside. What's important is how it feels on the inside. Same with your life. Doesn't matter how it looks on the outside. Doesn't matter what titles you have, how much money you have in your bank account. Doesn't matter any labels you can put on yourself, any achievements. That's awesome. And what really satisfies us at the end of the day is just that connection to ourselves and to something that we can't even see, that energy that holds us, that flows with us day by day, that guides us through our life somehow. Maybe some of us call it God, maybe some of us just call it universal energy, source energy, the divine. It's mysterious. So feel into that part of yourself. Let that energy, whatever it feels like in your own body, just flow through for these last couple of moments. And if you do need to sneak off at any time, or if you just want to sneak off and drift off, I won't take it personal, but if you want to stay with me, I'll bring you out of your Shavasana in just a couple of minutes with a reading. Many of you who have been practicing yoga for years now have probably heard, at least heard, about the Bhagavad Gita, or you've heard it thrown around, even if you don't know quite what it is. So the Bhagavad Gita is part of the bigger epic poem. It's the world's longest epic poem, the Mahabharata. It's in the Hindu tradition, the Hindu philosophy. And the Bhagavad Gita is just a part of it, one tale inside of it. And it's specifically between Krishna and the dialogue between Krishna and the Lord of the Universe, Arjuna. But there is a page at the very beginning of the Bhagavad Gita that says, and I really like it, and I just want you to lay there and just kind of take it in, take what resonates, and if not, no big deal. But they're talking about philosophies that appear in every age and every civilization. And they say, one, there is an infinite, changeless reality beyond the world of change. There is an infinite, changeless reality beyond or beneath the world of change. This world that we experience, it's always changing, but underneath it all, there's some reality that is changeless, that is steady, that is pure awareness, never changing. At least that's the way I interpret it. And then it says, two, the same reality lies at the core of every human personality. The same reality lies at the core of every human personality. So every human personality somewhere has that part that is changeless, that is pure awareness. And then three, the purpose of life is to discover this reality experientially. That is, to realize God while here on earth. The purpose of life is to discover this reality experientially. That is, to realize God while here on earth. And personally, I think the way to do that is to feel it in your body, to go inside and feel that connection that runs through you. Back to something bigger. Take a great big inhale, friends. Let it go when you're ready. And then just start to slowly come back into your physical body, into this physical realm, this physical world, the ground, firm ground underneath you, sounds, obvious sound of my voice. Maybe there's sounds in the space you are in. Maybe something's going on outside your house. You can hear it. Maybe not. Your dog's there making noises. So just start to find your way over to either side, and then ever so slowly up into a seated meditation. As I'm getting ready for my teacher training, I'm like going back through all my teacher training stuff and all these books, these yoga books. And I'm like, oh, I like this. Oh, I like this. So just sharing some of that. Take it or leave it. Bring your hands to your heart. Close your eyes. And just bow your head to yourself. Maybe even hinge at your hips and bow towards the ground that holds you, that supports you. Namaste. Thank you, my friends.
Thanks, Katie.
Have a great rest of your Tuesday, and we'll see you next week.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much, Katie. Have a
Thank
good one, you guys. Thanks for being here.